Hey everyone, welcome back to The Philosophist. Today, we're shining a spotlight on a philosophical giant, Aristotle. This ancient Greek thinker had some pretty interesting ideas about justice, which is closely linked to the concept of fairness. But let's first learn a bit about Aristotle. Have you ever met someone who knew everything? That was Aristotle. Born in 384 BC in Greece, think toga parties and olive wreaths. This dude wasn't your average philosopher. He was a curious whirlwind who dove headfirst into every subject you can imagine, from teeny tiny bugs to the meaning of life. Imagine a young Aristotle dissecting a grasshopper with his dad, a famous doctor. This sparked his love for science, and he soon became a master observer, collecting rocks, plants, and anything else nature threw his way. At 17, Aristotle packed his bags for Athens, the coolest city in Greece at the time. There, he met Plato, another famous thinker who believed in a world of perfect ideas. Think ideal hamburgers, but you can never eat them. Aristotle wasn't quite sold on that. He was more of a see it, touch it, learn from it kind of guy. For 20 years, they argued like best friends. Aristotle learned a lot from Plato, but his own ideas were brewing. He believed in the real world we live in, and that the key to knowledge was careful observation and logic. Think superpowered detective skills for figuring out the universe. After Plato passed away, Aristotle became a superstar tutor. His most famous student, Alexander the Great, who conquered a whole bunch of land while Aristotle chilled teaching and writing. Aristotle even started his own school, the Lyceum, where students learned by walking and talking, because nobody learns well while sitting still all day. Sadly, Aristotle died in 322 BC, but his ideas lived on. He wrote tons of books, though most were lost, on everything from politics to poetry. Seriously, the guy knew everything. Even today, scientists, philosophers, and anyone curious about the world owe a big thank you to Aristotle, the original brainiac. Now, getting back to Aristotle's thoughts on justice. Aristotle believed that a just society is a happy society. He argued for two main types of justice: commutative justice and distributive justice. Commutative justice is about fairness in exchanges, like making sure you get the same value as what you give in a trade. Distributive justice, on the other hand, focuses on how resources and rewards are distributed within a society. This distributive justice is especially relevant to sharing. Aristotle believed that resources should be distributed based on either merit or need. For example, the person who puts in the most effort on a team project deserves a bigger slice of the credit. On the other hand, someone who needs more help, say due to illness or disability, might deserve a larger share of resources to ensure fairness. Although Aristotle lived thousands of years ago, his ideas on justice and fairness are still relevant today. We see these principles at play in everything from workplace salaries to social programs that help those in need. But it's not always easy to find the perfect balance. Is it always fair to reward people based on merit? What about situations where someone might need help even if they haven't necessarily earned it? These are complex questions that societies continue to grapple with. Let us know in the comments below. How do Aristotle's ideas on distributive justice resonate with you? Does fairness always mean giving more to those who contribute more, or should need also be a factor? We'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to check out our other videos in this week's series on sharing. In The Friendship Feast, we explored the practical challenges of fairness at a potluck. And coming up next, we'll dive into the debate between communal sharing and individual ownership. So stay tuned for more fascinating explorations of how we share resources in our world. Thanks for joining us on your daily dose of philosophy.